I don't trust 99% of my feed anymore. And it happened after I saw some of the biggest content creators I know teaching their AI to write exactly like they do. So now they are able to ship 5, 10, 20 posts a day without even checking it, without even caring about quality. So I'm like, do you really mean it? Is it real? Like, is it opinion is just suggested by the AI, or like you actually care about the stuff you express in your post? And this is where we see the attention economy really collapses in real time, because everyone all of a sudden with ChatGPT free subscription became a content creator, even if that's for 2 followers. And social media, they have to distribute that attention, at least the opportunities to get attention equally. And with hundreds of thousands of new accounts every week, it's a very hard task to do. So we are in the very interesting great reset, as I call it, because now if you take a look at the algorithm, what actually it incentivizes to do? Well, it incentivizes to be extreme, to be controversial, to be flexing money, Bugattis, Dubai, mansion, all this stuff that triggers people to do what? To be like, oh wow, it's so cool. Wow, let me check it. So they are glued, because the goal of social media is to keep your attention as long as it's possible on the app. Why? Well, because you are the product, They are getting paid for you spending more time on social media, so that they had to reverse engineer what actually triggers you, why you spend more time on social media watching this exact type of content. And because Andrew Tates of the world are so popular, all this looks maxing type of guys and making money quick and then trading your way from $1 to $1 billion by the end of this week is all very popular. People spend time and essentially their cognitive functions to be focusing on this content. And then algorithm is essentially set up by people who pay for the music. You know who these guys are? Well, these are advertisers, right? Because their goal is for you to spend money on the platform so you can buy, because if you don't buy, they stop doing any ads on that social media. So that cuts off their revenue, which is very bad. That kills their business model. So they sat down and created the perfect rat race for you with this content, which is fast food, which is exactly junk. That's why I don't like reading books anymore. That's why it's hard for you to go through 20 minutes essay and experience some deep gratitude for reading something hard, something heavy, because your dopamine system is fucked. It's like 5-10 second reels and TikToks and shorts. They are brainwashing you into just being, I would say, the most pathetic version of your potential being that God gave you from the place of birth. Now, I have content creators, my friends, with 300, 500,000 followers. And you probably think, oh, they are so great. Being this guy, being this content creator is just amazing. No, it's not. It's not, bro. They are incentivized. They are forced even to be a dancing monkey that learns about algorithm, then implements all that stuff in the content to be fighting for that attention unit, because if they are not getting attention, they're screwed. They're cooked, right? There's no brand deals, there's no new products they can sell. And because social media is the biggest demand creation tool ever, you cannot essentially overlook that tool. But then how do you avoid yourself from becoming this dancing monkey that is all after trends, after hype, after this crazy wave of whatever is on the agenda today. And also, how do you get maximum out of social media? Because that's truly great. That is 10x, 100x to your money-making opportunities. And the trends I'm seeing right now, because the trust is gone, no one believes anything anymore on social media. It takes 10x, 100x more followers and attention units to sell the same amount of products people used to sell even 2 years ago, which is crazy because the trust is gone. People are like, deep fakes, AI created, post. And that pisses me off too. Like, I'm really angry at that bullshit. And I was even talking to my friend yesterday and I said to him, I wish AI never happened. Really. So the trends I'm seeing right now is that you are learning how to get attention you need, your niche attention. I was very wrong by targeting at the maximum virality. You know, I'm getting tens of millions of impressions on my posts on LinkedIn. It's like B2B, very solid corporate leads that are paying money for the products I have. It's not TikTok brain rotted type of audience. But still, some of my posts where I consider them as a very weak performers, like 15,000 impressions, they bring me the most money from selling my products. Why? Because there I'm very specific about the problem, about the niche, about the solution, about my POV, because we essentially live in the POV economy, which is point of view. Like, everyone is just expressing their point of view, their worldview, I would say, on this life, and getting certain amount of attention to that opinion, whether or not it's relevant, whether or not people see some value in it. So the whole point is get the attention you need by being yourself, because AI cannot learn better how to be yourself, therefore it cannot replace you. Then you are shipping that layer to the ownership, to your community. That's why you see the proliferation of Telegram communities, of Substack, email lists, and in real life movements as well, because you know, you don't want to earn your right to speak to the community you already have. And this is happening on social media right now. Like, whatever you got, Instagram or Twitter or YouTube, algorithm shows it to only like 1-3% of your community that have followed you, which is the absolute bullshit, right? You want to own this right to talk with them when you want, and owning that community on Telegram, Substack, email list, or some recurring, let's say, events. Like, I'm having some running clubs with people, and trust me, having 10 people turn up every Sunday at 9 a.m. is way more valuable. It gives you way more exposure than 100,000 views on your reel. So the name of the game right now is to optimize at the right metric, and this metric is really the engagement from the type of audience you really want. Now, of course, there are some trends I'm seeing. There are some trends that are super obvious, like videos. Like this raw video I'm recording right now. No editing, nothing. It's just me talking about my POV on this specific subject, the future of content creation, whereby everything is just AI slop. Like, really everything. Open up your feed. Everything is just so fake. Everything is so plastic. You don't know what to trust anymore. So there's going to be video. There's going to be in real life events that I've been doing, quite good. And I enjoy having people gathering in real life, feeling that chemistry from the real deep connections, not just I'm your follower and I'm reading 0.00001% of your posts because algorithm doesn't allow me to see more of your stuff. So in real life, and of course, we are seeing the proliferation of live streams because that's the realest content vehicle. You cannot fake it. You cannot sort of make your AI doing the stream for you. Well, you can do it, but that's going to be max level cringe. That's why I'm seeing with the companies I work and scale that a very huge chunk of marketing spend goes to streamers, and it pays off. It really pays off. So there's live stream, there's videos, there is like writing some legit long form posts like essays. I really like writing text in one sitting. Like whatever I feel relevant right now, I just log in and write a big essay about something I feel very relevant for me, because you are the niche, right? If you build a community around yourself, which is your primary goal, because we live, like I said, in this attention economy, even though it's collapsing, there are still different ways, like the wave, to catch the right movement. There are still ways to capitalize on this movement by being yourself, by being the most authentic, raw version of you, because no AI can essentially replace you in that. And people like content that feels relatable. That's why I started some series on building in public. I'm launching my app very soon. So, I'm just telling about my experiences, and I think there's no AI slopping expert that will ask, yo, ChatGPT, can you please write for me a post, 150 words, that will make me a well-known expert in the marketing subject. And that's going to be perfect. It's going to be perfect grammar, it's going to be perfect spacing, perfect format, but it's perfect. The Superman is hero because he has flaws, because he has weaknesses, he has this kryptonite. And this is where you see how the very limited being is trying to transcend, is trying to overcome those limits. That becomes the hero journey. That is very interesting to observe. And my take on this great shift in the attention economy is, go out there, be you. Amount of followers doesn't matter anymore. Don't optimize for maximum virality, because it's not gonna make you money. If it's not gonna make you money, it's gonna make you followers. That means anything in the first place right now. Algorithm doesn't care about your follower count. I saw some accounts in my niche are getting just crazy amount of attention, like 200, 300K per post with 700 followers. Crazy, but this is how it works, because the shift is real, man. And I wish you all the best by capitalizing on this very interesting digital gold rush. The last thing you want to do is to neglect it and stay ignorant. So Godspeed. I'll see you at the top.